Hello all. You catch me just as I'm finishing making a drink or shooting a little bit of a video before going live to do a close-up shot of making a cocktail, and I just thought I would drink it. Hello, Alexander, Raiders, Justin, nice to see all you all. Rum grasshopper. Okay, that's interesting. Whew. Even though I have creme de menthe, because I just kind of thought, I guess I should have creme de menthe in my collection. I don't use it much, but there's a creme de menthe day next week. So making a variation on the famous grasshopper for creme de menthe day. And now I'm drinking it because I've shot the video of it. Actually pretty good. How to improve a grasshopper, which is a pretty silly drink. It's just, what do you call it? It's green creme de menthe, cream, and white creme de cacao. Improve it by doing equal parts with a brown spirit. I've now tried it with cognac, and this has rum. And they're both better than making it without that addition. Right, it's an Instagram recommendation. The Wildlife Twins. Okay. It's actually, I'm just necking that, and it's actually a couple of shots of alcohol. So, Justin trying to organize lunch with your bubble buddy on Sunday. iPhone asks if you want to create an event for it. Yeah, it's creepy. Yeah, if any sort of private chat that mentions dates, the iPhone will go, do you want to make an event for that? And I agree that it feels creepy when it does it. That includes emails. It will read emails. So yeah, I was going to look up Readers' recommendation. Wildlife Twins. Let me look that up. All right. Gee, you follow Angela White, and Instagram just follows you, suggests you look at lots of women with big boobs. Okay, so I got distracted by a couple of things. Okay, so the Wildlife Twins. The Wildlife Twins. Sophie and Bridget, identical twin sisters that love wildlife. There you go. All right. It looks like fun. Do they like work in a wildlife park by the looks of it? Or unless they just like wearing khaki. Hey, Safar, Celtic King, if I didn't say hello, and Fox of Fate, Black Metal Heart. With those things, large breasts. Yes, that is distracting, I will admit. Love that Fox of Fate. Are you okay is the least government business can do for mental health issues. This has been a PSA. Friendly local neighborhood Fox. It's literally the least, actually. It's literally the least. I think no time for sad little trolls who need to get a fucking life today. Justin, how's my not okay day? Ironically okay. Although my mouth kind of fucked up from going to the dentist and they did all this work on my gums. So hopefully I'm not too out of sorts tonight. Raiders, before things get too crazy, you sat through the New South Wales Supreme Court case involving anti-vaccinators. One more and defended himself, which is, it's definitely not a good idea. Told the judge he was concerned about microchips. Jesus Christ. That has got to be... Oh, my God. Just not good. My mouth's... Okay, you know what's funny? The corner of my lip here, and that's because the dentist's tools were sort of stretching out my lip. That hurts a bit. But she also did seriously gouging all my gums to try and, make them healthier, get rid of infection. They had to do such severe gouging, they did it under local anesthetic. And it's kind of okay now. I didn't as the vaccine, anesthetic was wearing off. But it's okay now. I think there's a tiny little bit like the corner of my tongue. Yeah, Black Metal Heart. It's ridiculous, these people making up stupid shit about vaccines implanting microchips when the overwhelming majority of people carry something with them that tracks them all the time. And hello, Robotman Greg. Yes, enjoy a bit more freedom and liberation, Safa, by the way. You know what I'm going to do tonight? A rum tasting. Because I got this today, Florida Cana 12-year-old. Seen a bunch of people online ragging on that company, Florida Cana, saying they lie about the age of the rums and stuff, but I don't know. Single estate rum, this is supposed to be one of their fancier ones. And they did all this stuff about being carbon neutral and ethical and whatnot. It's a Nicaraguan rum. And it was Dan Murphy's always advertises this as $20 off and then says they're out of stock. And I was just in a Dan Murphy's today. And that was actually related to my dentist trip, which was in the city. Outside my 5K zone. I traveled outside my 5K zone today. But it was for medical care, so it's allowable. And I parked at the QV building because it's like if you spend money at Dan Murphy's, you get free 2 hours parking. So I'll drive in, then I don't have to go on public transport and be around diseased people. And I need a couple replacement bottles anyway for stuff that's almost gone. So I'll get stuff I would have got anyway, and I'll get free parking. And that was the plan, and it worked. And I got the two things. I needed to get mezcal and sweet vermouth, and this was impulse because it was actually on the shelf, $20 off. So I got it. Safra, it's not hot. It was warm-ish today, but it's very windy, and the chain is covered. And yes, I did actually have toothache, Raiders. It's just I got sort of gum infection, so they gauged it all out. But, stabbed gums. Yes, Raiders, I've just decided zero tolerance for sad little fuckwit who should just go and get a life. Who is doubtless being a sad fucking loser right now and jumping through the hoops of creating yet another YouTube channel. It's very hard for me to fathom that degree of not having a life. Hello, nobody. Good evening. And see, my friend, that is okay. You're barely okay, and it depends on the hour of the day. And that is okay. We're thinking platitudes from government and employers, not okay. Actual positivity and support among friends, very good. Safi, you like ice cream on the warm days? I'm with you, man, actually. And when we're less restricted in travel, and it's summer, I might go down to St Kilda to Seven Apples if they haven't shut down permanently. So many places I like shut down permanently. It's tough times. But they made the best gelato. Oh, that's so yummy. Okay. So if you've also had a crap week, my friend, so many of us are having crap times. And it's important that we openly acknowledge that. Don't have to put up a false facade. All right, I'm going to get some shot glasses because for funsies, I'm just going to do, I've got a bunch of similar level rums and I'm going to do taste comparisons. And I'm going to rank them. I'm going to decide which ones I like the most. Yes, Fox, support from friends and a whiskey sour or three is a good idea. Right, he's going to meet me at the SB front bar. Might be a while before we go to bars, but we'll see. That'd be good. You've got great support. That is excellent. Looking at doing something that, if successful, would reduce anxiety triggers. It's a process to take time. Well, it's probably worth following. Safa, ice cream shop is still open during lockdown is essential. It's food. Food places are allowed to open. Anyone that can serve takeaway food is allowed to be open. And ice cream is definitely food. Right, I'm just going to get some shot glasses. 6 will be enough. Got my skull shot glasses. All right. A sort of piratical themed rum has very pirate relations. So I'm going to taste 6 rums, neat, and then on ice. All right. I just need to choose which 6. So I've got more than 6. No, not that one. That's overproof. I'm getting a new overproof rum delivered sometime in the next week. Then I'll do an overproof rum testing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We want 2 more. Coconut and pineapple. All right. All right. All right. Gonna arrange these, and then I'm gonna pour them. We're gonna have a rum tasting. Safa, like a whiskey sour? Whiskey sour's good. No, but this stage plans 50-50 chance of working out. Super stressful to implement. Dude, well, I hope you manage to implement without too much stress, and I hope there's payoff. So Black Metal Harp. So there was a video from America where they were getting COVID smashed. Sign shaker dressed as an ice cream cone, wondering why the fuck he was an essential worker. Yeah. Right. Coconut rum. Pineapple rum. Oh, they're such great different colors. Pineapple rum is much darker than coconut rum. Indonesian rum, Batavia Arak, which someone told me is traditionally made from rice, actually. Rice sugar. Diplomatico, which is... Where's it from? Is this Nicaraguan? Venezuelan. Well, in the Caribbean there. Oh no, Safa, last beer. Well, Dan Murphy's is essential. Oh man, that's a beautiful dark color. Such a neat array of colors. I'll probably show them to you. Now, Florida Cana 7-year-old. Okay, this is enough to get me drunk. This is several shots of rum. Florida Cana 12-year-old. It's got that nice sort of banana smell going on. So if you watch live action Aladdin today to get your mind off things. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. Nobody had a busy day, funeral service, drop your mate off at hospital. Boof, that is a bit busy. I'm going to show you. The whiskies they're not whiskies, they're rums. The rums look very different. I'll show you. They're all quite different shades of amber. See, shots. See, some are very light and some are much darker. But I've got 6 tasties. Justin, we talked you into getting ice cream. Fair enough. Safa, Scouts. The Scouts motto is be prepared. All right. So, coconut rum from Trinidad and Tobago, imported to Australia and macerated with coconut. Very, very light aroma. Oh my God. Beautifully sweet and really, really distinct coconut as it goes down. I should have water as a palate cleanser. Water as a palate cleanser between each of these. Just going to get a glass. You know what? So a fancy glass with engraved bamboo on it. I'm just having my water in a fancy glass because I'm fancy. Hello, Kirsten. You've caught me doing a whiskey tasting. I keep saying whiskey. Rum. Because I got Flor de Cana 12-year-old today, so I'm just doing comparisons. All right, so that was coconut. This is pineapple from Plantation. Where do they get theirs from? Barbados and Jamaica. And I think the Plantation people are actually in Germany. I think they import the rum from the Caribbean and then flavor it. Ready to put your plane in airplane mode. Ooh, okay. Fox, Starward Twofold Lemon Juice is very close to a whiskey sour. I'd sweeten it as well. I'd put something to sweeten it. Tastes a bit boozier than the coconut and does have a very nice, light pineapple taste to it. It's very good. So how fucked is the world? Pretty fucked. The world's always been fucked, though. All that varies is who's getting fucked. Okay, now this is Indonesian rum, Batavia RUOK. Very typical sort of rummy smell with ethanol and slight fruitiness, sort of tropical fruit. Oh. It's a more serious booze than the coconut. Oh, it's smoky. It's got a real smokiness to it, actually. Late on the palate, there is smokiness. Just a slight surprise. I'll have to remember that. Slightly smoky rum. Oh. Oof. Now, this is the Diplomatico Mantuano, a Venezuelan rum. So this was West Indies, Trinidad and Tobago, Indonesia, Venezuela. It smells like the Batavia RUOK, but more so. more of the esters. I think Kirsten told me the proper word to say when it smells a bit like nail polish remover. That's higher esters. That goes down a bit easier than the Batavi RUOK, but it doesn't have the surprising turn late on the palate. It's a good rum to sip, but it's much more straight ahead than the Batavi RUOK. The Batavi RUOK goes for some fun twists. Thank you, Kirsten. I try to remember when someone helps me with stuff. I try to remember my education. Nice stuff. You went to the tip and saw a flock of pelicans. Nice. So nobody, you know what sucks? Gut hates you. Can't drink away some stress because you probably spew. You want to listen to your gut. If your gut's doing that stuff to you, you want to listen to it. All right. Now this is the Florida Cana 7-year, which I've had for a while. So even look at the difference. These are from the same maker. 7-year, much lighter than 12-year because it's spent longer in barrels, so it's absorbed more color from the barrels. This got like a sharper aroma than the other ones. Now that's interesting because Florida Cana explicitly say they don't add sugar, but that's quite sweet. Oof. So if you can have 5 visitors on Saturday, I'd visit you, but I'm not allowed to go more than 5 kilometers from home, man. Surprising how sweet. The Florida Cana tastes sort of sweeter and lighter. The Diplomatico, they're notorious for adding sugar, but it's a slightly deeper, richer flavor than that 7-year. Now, the new one. Dun, 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 dun. Was it worth paying an extra for? Because it is... No, actually, the Batavia RUOK was probably the most expensive. It was very hard to get, too. So if you made a big time, you can drink whiskey. It's an acquired taste, to be sure. So... Yeah, I mean, to me, I'm not very sophisticated. Rums tend to smell like rums, which is quite pleasant. This sort of sweet, ethanol-y, and you kind of get tropical fruit aromas off it, like overripe pineapple or overripe banana. I quite like the aroma of rums. Oh, man. Initially, that almost tasted like honey. It's really nice, clean, but it's alcohol. It's only 40%, isn't it? Yeah, it's only 40%. It has a bit of alcohol bite in it. Yes, Arthur, by January next year, we might be able to have a catch up. We'll see. Nice. Raiders, you're only allowed to visit friends if you're capable of doing lines of coke off a Kmart plate. Yes. And I'm with you, Black Metal Heart. I'd only do my cocaine off fine china, but that bloody Instagram influencer, no, when she was on one of those reality shows or something, someone posted a picture or a video of her doing lines off a bloody Kmart. Like, I love that people recognize that that's a Kmart plate. Who does lines off Kmart plates? Honestly. All right, now I'm going to drop a piece of ice in each of these. Give him a chance to chill and maybe dilute a little, because that often brings out other flavors. Oh, thanks, Kirsten. She was married to a footballer. I can never keep track of why these people are supposedly worthy of attention. She was married to a footballer. She wasn't an Instagram influencer or on a reality show. She was married to a footballer. Oh, there you go, Black Metal Heart. You knew as well. She was an ex-wag. Yeah, Raiders. I'm with you. If someone's going to snort lines off a Kmart plate, I think they spend a lot of time in nightclubs snorting lines off fucking toilet seats, honestly. Oh, nice. Safa, you know it all. She was Jimmy Partel's wife. There you go. So, yeah, I know you'll get some snobs. And I think Kirsten will back me on this. I think the worst snobs are wine snobs. The wine wankers are the worst. Second worst would be whiskey wankers. And I think third worst are rum wankers. People who obsess about it. And some with spirit, some people say, no, you've got to have it neat. That's bullshit. When you have spirits, you should explore. Because adding ice or a bit of water to a spirit often opens up flavors that aren't apparent until you do that. So anyway, my coconut rum. And I just like, oh, my God, Jesus, now the coconut's front and center. Sophie, your stepdad likes a red wine every night. Yeah, he's not alone in that. I mean, I don't drink wine at all. Okay, strictly speaking, that's not true because I drink vermouths, which are an aromatized wine. My favorite vermouth is based off red wine. So there you go. Oh, wow. Kirsten, you actually reckon whiskey wankers are worse than wine wankers? I'm going to defer to you because you deal with them. Oh, that's a big call. Whiskey wankers are the worst. Oh, my God. Man, this is just pure coconut now it's on ice. Oh, my God, that's almost like a dessert. Man, I'm going to have to come up maybe something with this with cream. Make a dessert. Oh, I've got to make a pina colada with that. I think I did. I made a pina colada old-fashioned with that. Nah, Safa, beer wankers don't even figure. I mean, yes, there are beer wankers, but they are so far behind the other wankers. All right. Now, the pineapple. Jeremy, why aren't I wearing a yellow tie or something for RUOK Day? Yes, why indeed? Why indeed? Yep, the plantation pineapple has a very, very, very definite pineapple to it. Mm. Ooh. Raiders. I did not see the VB pro-vaccination campaign, but I'm glad they're doing it. So Kirsten, Max Allen, who's Australia's foremost booze writer, he even said whiskey wankers are the worst. Well, I think it's official. All right, so the Batavia RUOK. I feel like the Batavia RUOK is probably the most complex of these rums. It goes through a whole thing. Oh, wow. Kirsten, the Stone and Wood Brewery got bought by Lion, one of the big Euro conglomerates, for 500 million. Well, I guess the Stone and Wood people cashing out. Cha-ching. Justin Qantas has said no jab, no flight. Well, and a lot of public events are going to be no jab, no entry, which unfortunately means we're going to see violent altercations with fuckhead anti-vaxxers. Black Metal Heart, you reckon Fat Rack was great till it was bought probably by Carlton, then it went to shit. Yeah, and Carlton's owned by someone else as well. Ooh, Safi, you reckon Melbourne Bitter is the worst Vic beer? See, I'm not a beer drinker. Vic Bitter was the not trendy, but like workhorse beer. Oh, that's hilarious, Kirsten. The Stone and Wood founders were obnoxiously loud about sellouts a few years ago, and now they've sold out. Never fucking criticize someone for selling out. If someone's worked hard and gets to cash out, good luck to them. Okay, you know what I need? I need some chips as a palate cleanser. I'm gonna get some chips. Which chips will I get? Ooh. Oh my god, I've got to try these. Right. These are possibly terrible, but when I see like experimental flavors in the supermarket, I have to get them. Ah, there you go, Kirsten. I knew you know. Yeah, Fat X is now owned by Carlton. Carlton's owned by Asahi. Hot dog flavored chips. Kind of tastes like hot dog with a bit of tomato sauce on it. So if your cop sister doesn't want a jab, she works in Infinity. Unfortunately, look, there's been some very loud voices that have got into people's heads. It's very unfortunate. Oh, wow, Justin, your boss said her aunt was an anti-vaxxer and nurse and quit a job over it. Good God. Stella, good evening to you. Doing a whiskey tasting. This is my Diplomatico now. Yep. It's the second Diplomatico I had. It's a cheaper one than the other one I had. Diplomatico is just very easy to drink, and the rum snobs will say that's because they add sugar to it. It's like, well, dude, I don't care. It's just real easy to drink. Oh my God, Tiger Ocean. I saw that. For those who missed it, Dr. Kerry Chan, New South Wales Chief Health Officer, made a terrible mistake of using the phrase New World Order. And the fucking conspiracy fuckheads have lost their fucking mind. I mean, they'd already lost their minds, but you get what I mean. Hot dog chips. Okay, now more water. So, yes, I was on Twitter and I saw New World Order was trending, and I'm going, why the fuck is New World Order trending? And it's because Kerry Chan said it, talking about vaccine passports, etc., and said, oh, we'll have to wait and see what it's like in the New World Order. Yes, Black Metal Heart, she's obviously a shape-shifting lizard ushering in the New World Order. But yeah, no, she clearly doesn't understand the effects saying those words was going to have. The fuckwits are being colossal fuckwits about it. Okay, Florida 7 year. It's a bit of a sharper taste than the Diplomatico because it has less sugar in it, but still pretty easy to drink. Safa, did Scummo say it? Okay. When did he say it? Justin, yeah, but we're importing US paranoia here. Stella, you're glad the conspiracy theorist in your life's on night shift, or you would have been getting NWO bullshittery all day. Oh, they've lost it. They have just gone right off about it. Quality content. Me not talking because I've got a mouthful of chips. trying to put a very different taste in my mouth so that my subsequent sips of rum aren't coloured by the previous rum. So, just, I mean, you might remember in the last couple of days, I was thinking, yeah, maybe I've got too much. Now I've bought a whole bunch of extra fucking bottles. I bought a bunch of extra stuff. I've got, I think, 4 bottles coming in the mail, and I bought physically some other ones, and just rush of blood. Yes, and Greg's Scammer would have heard about it from his mate Tim, who is the most prominent Q conspiracy fuckhead in Australia. All right. I am looking forward to making some drinks with that. I need to finish this off, I guess, just to clear a bit of shelf space. Well. So Black Metal Heart, your supervisor from Gympie saying anti-vaxxers have been sticking swastikas on the windows of business, having a mask makes Australia Nazi Germany. See, the thing they're doing, and this is scary because the most extreme of them are gearing themselves up to murder health workers, essentially. Anyone who uses the phrase when they're talking about COVID measures, if they bring up Nuremberg, they say Nuremberg 2.0, whatever, they are very dangerous because the reference they're making, they say, oh, the Nazi doctors were executed at Nuremberg. And we should have a Nuremberg 2.0. They are literally on online forums winding each other up to assault and murder health workers. They're very fucking dangerous. Oh, yeah, Raiders. I would hope for her own mental health, Kerry Chant does not go near socials because that would be bad. Kirsten, if you're taking drugs given to you by a guy called Gary, of course you got the job. God, you just remind me of it was like a Tumblr joke or something that I saw. It was like someone was at a party and they got some like chips from a bowl and they dropped one and they just picked it up and ate it. And some older lady went, oh, that's disgusting. And he went like, lady, I've literally had my tongue up someone's butthole. Picking up a chip off the floor is not going to hurt me. Okay. I am going to find some cocktail recipes that call for an aged rum and use that Floricana in it. I think it'll be good. Oh, Black Metal Heart's very disturbing. In various parts of the world, medical staff are being instructed to not wear their scrubs home, take the scrubs off when they leave. Some hospitals, because they've been targeted, security guards escort medical staff to their cars. It's a very real threat. It's very disgusting. Kirsten, Gary's drugs were so good you don't remember Gary. Oh, well, that's fair. All right, well, that's my rum tasting over for the night. I might also taste, I got a replacement mezcal. Again, my excuse was I had to drive into the city for my dental appointment. And if I parked in the QV building where there's a Dan Murphy's, if I spent a certain amount at Dan Murphy's, I get 2 hours free parking. And that was enough time to park, go to my dental appointment, come back, buy the necessary from Dan Murphy's and leave. That was all less than 2 hours. And so I got free parking in the city, which is pretty good. Plus, I bought 2 things that I needed. I needed replacements because I was almost out of sweet vermouth. I'm almost out of mezcal. And I also ended up getting this just because it was $20 off. And yeah, you know, man, $20 off. I love a bargain. Yeah, Kirsten, if someone offers you drugs, say thank you. Drugs are expensive. That's where you get this paranoia every Halloween in the US. Oh, bad people are putting drugs in kids' treat bags. No, drugs cost money. They're not giving it to you stupid kids. Stella, your nurse friend in Perth was told not to wear the uniform outside of work. Yeah. Raiders, was Gary a comedian with a sitcom? Do you mean Gary Shandling, or are you making a reference to the guy from Home Improvement who actually did jail time for being a cocaine dealer? And then he was a massive fucking snitch. He's the worst of both worlds. A drug dealer and a snitch. My God. No, but it's one thing to be stupid enough to be anti-vax, but when people start threatening Allah's medical staff, it's time to start thinking, I zero tolerance for these fuckwits who threaten medical staff. And I mean, I remember, because I have a bunch of friends who are medical staff and family for that matter. And someone saying like, and this was ages ago, they got harassed when they were in a supermarket because they were actually still wearing their scrubs. They picked up something on the way home. And I was like, okay, I'm just telling you now, you're a friend of mine and I'd defend you. But if I am ever anywhere publicly and I see someone harass a health worker, I am getting in their face, and I am getting in their face big time with a what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Who fucking raised you that you fucking harass health workers, for fuck's sake? Fuck's sake. It's just no. I might do a mezcal taste test because I bought a new mezcal today. I'm very interested in how it compares to my old one. I'm not like a huge mezcal drinker, but I like putting it in cocktails. If you've never had mezcal is tequila's smokier cousin. Mezcal has a really serious smoke flavor. You put it in a drink and you've got this real sort of smoked barbecue meats flavor in there. It's fucking great. Yeah, Raiders. Tim Allen was who I was thinking of. Yeah, he not only did time, he was a fucking snitch. So worst of both worlds. And now he's a fucking Trump-loving, conspiracy-spouting conservative fuckhead. Nice. Kirsten, you got in the face of a Karen who was having a meltdown about cheese. And now I'm intrigued. Why was she melting down about cheese? The context of a cheese meltdown amuses me for some reason. All right. Holy shit. Nope. All right. I'll rinse these 2 shot glasses out if they still taste like rum. That one sure did anyway. All right. Now, I should put these rum bottles away. So there was a lack of fresh food and veg and dairy because the depots have COVID. Oh, yeah. That happens sometimes. All right. So we will put the Batavia RUOK away. Okay, come in a circle. Go over there. Batavia RUOK in there. Cocos was there, I think. These 2 were here. Diplomatico can go down here. Oof. I don't think I actually have shelves because this is also a weird bottle. The Florican is in a weird bottle. I don't think I have shelf space for it. Maybe I can put it down here for now. Yeah, it can fit down here for now. Just put it down here. All right. Now, mezcals. New mezcal. Old mezcal. All right. Mezcals. Yes, Black Metal Heart. Tim the Toolman Allen did jail time for being a cocaine dealer, and then he also was a rat. So there you go. Kirsten, getting mighty sick of explaining. Yes, we dispatched your parcel to Wells Post. No, we don't know where it is here. Yeah, in the last couple of days, I've ordered a shit ton of stuff. It arrives when it arrives. Next week, the week after, I don't know. Maybe, actually, the one that might get here quickly is from Marionette, because they use Sendle, a courier, who is generally very fast. That might arrive tomorrow. Their blue curacao and apricot liqueur. And those are also replacements. I'm almost out of blue curacao and I'm almost out of apricot liqueur. And I thought, and that'll be another taste comparison I'll do with like shitty VOC blue curacao and Marionette blue curacao that's meant to be, fun, blue, but good. Abigail, hello. Migraine suck the big one. You just want to say, thank you so much for taking the time to say hello to us. Safa, what's the earliest people have been to a Dan Murphy's before? I don't know. What time do they open? 10? I'm with you, Raiders. Order a bunch of random stuff, then you just get like a surprise when stuff arrives. All right. This mezcal, which I've had for a while, is almost gone. Don't know if you can see. There's worms in it. Can you see the worms? There's worms in it. I always make jokes about making AIDSy eat the worms. There is 2 worms in this mezcal. I don't eat the worms. Might make AIDSy. Well, except he's not allowed to come over here, so I can't make him. Okay, a little bit of mezcal. This one is called Don Juan Escobar Mezcal Artisanal with 2 worms. 100% agave. Worms are for lovers. Protected denomination of origin, so they're following the rules. All right. Because they're pretty sure that's 37% alcohol. Now, this one I just got from Dan's. That's some reviews of it this week. Peloton de la Muerte. It's Army of the Dead, I think that is. Which is just like, cool name. And look at that. I think the name of this one means Army of the Dead, which is pretty cool, honestly. Justin, is AIDSy visiting his family? Well, he hardly ever visits them, so I don't know that lockdown has stopped him from visiting. 100% agave. Wait, what percent? It is 41%, so this is slightly higher alcohol. Oh, Raiders, it differs from tequila because the agave plant, which is the base of both tequila and mezcal, for mezcal, it's like roasted, it's smoked. So mezcal has a really smoky flavor. There are particular rules, and I used to think all mezcals are tequila, but not all tequilas are mezcal. And people corrected me and said it is actually all tequilas are mezcal, but not all mezcals are tequila. There are rules. Tequila can only come from a couple of states in Mexico. And I think mezcal can come from anywhere in Mexico. But the big difference is with mezcal, the agave plant is like roasted before it's distilled, so you get this really smoky flavor. So the Don Juan that I've had for years, because that's the second bottle of Don Juan I've had, it's like, smells like smoke. Again, man. Oh, man. If you like smoked barbecue meats, you're probably going to like mezcal, because that's what it tastes like. It tastes like smoked barbecue meats, like a really smoky barbecue sauce. Yes, Abigail. Otherwise, it's okay. I'm going to look it up. Let's go. Rules for tequila. Okay. Rules for tequila consistency. Tequila must be the label reposado, rested 2 months. No, that's not it. Okay, what does Wikipedia say about tequila? History, production, fermentation, alcohol content, color, flavor, process chemistry. Types. Serving cocktails. No. That's not useful. Regulations governing tequila. That's what we want. Okay. Definitions. Mellowing, agave, manufacturing. No, I just want something that says regional. Okay. Tequila. Regional alcoholic beverage obtained by distilling musts, prepared directly and originally from extracted material, manufacturing facilities of an authorized producer, which must be located in the territory specified, derived from the hearts of tequila, Weber, blue variety agave, previously or subsequently hydrolyzed and cooked, subject to alcoholic fermentation. You know what? I feel like I'm not going to find it. All right, no, I know what to do in Google. You're probably all saying stuff in chat that I'm missing. Difference. See, it's auto completed between mezcal and tequila. Okay, what did Dan's say? Does Dan's explain it in a moron way? Tequila and mezcal are distilled from agave. There are 50 species of agave from which mezcal... Okay. First difference. There are 50 species of agave from which mezcal can be produced, whereas tequila can only be made from blue agave. To make mezcal, agave plants are harvested and trimmed until only the hearts remained. These are placed in an underground pit and roasted for 4 days, giving the famed smoky notes before being mash grinded. What? No. The heart of the agave plant's the key ingredient in tequila, though it's come from the blue agave, as we know, baked in an oven rather than roasted underground after 3 days of baking. The heart sap. So that's the difference. Tequila has to be blue agave. Nice, Justin. Living your best life. Eating ice cream in bed. Nice. Sarah, you're not really a fan of the mezcal you have? A little bit too much like an ashtray. Yes, it does taste a bit like an ashtray. I think that's a fair call. Okay, so this is the new Army of the Dead mezcal. Okay, that's sweeter. Still got that smoke happening. Okay, so Stella, I'll just throw it out here. I got this from Dan's today. I think this is a relatively new addition to the thing. And it says actually cheaper than some other mezcals. It's cheaper than this one, actually. It's a bit lighter and sweeter, I think. Also, a mezcal called Army of the Dead. You know, it's pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to put some ice in them. See what that does. So yes, the big differences between mezcal and tequila. Mezcal has to be from blue agave. Tequila has to be from blue agave. Mezcal can be from 40 different agave plants. Mezcal is roasted underground, which makes it all smoky. Tequila, the agave plant, is baked in an oven, so it's less smoky, as a rule. So it could be the brand you had to go over Kagurli to find it. Yeah, well, I literally got this one just because that was the one that used to be at Dan's. Now they've got more. And they actually ran an article the other day about the different mezcals they have. And they mentioned this one. And I said it's cheaper than the other ones. And they made it sound okay. And the thing, it is. It's kind of lighter and sweeter than this one. Still has the ashtray smoke going on though. Black Metal Heart. Remember when Mugabe claimed he had resurrected multiple times better than Jesus? Oh, yeah. Mugabe was such a disappointment because Mugabe, okay, and for those who don't know who we're talking about Robert Mugabe, who was the dictator of Zimbabwe for a long time before he died. He was actually a hero of the revolution against the apartheid state of Rhodesia, which needed to be overthrown. And then he fucking threw away all the goodwill and he fucked the country with cronyism, which is really disappointing. And Mugabe did end up being an absolute piece of shit. Stella, you got one with a scorpion in the bottle. See, that's a novelty. That's a touristy thing. Worms are a novelty gimmick as well. Honestly, when I finish this one, I'll probably put the worms in this bottle. Quite honestly, I'll probably put the worms in the bottle. Keep them. Let them really ferment. The joke is, people would say you would trip if you ate the tequila or the mezcal worms. You don't. But the folklore was you will see the world from the worm's eye view if you eat the worm. Don't know why I'm acting like I don't want to eat worms. I've eaten bugs before. Mrs. Angry got me a whole bunch of edible bugs for my birthday last year. Crickets and mealworms and a few other things, and I ate all them. Abigail, you're someone who bought a bottle of just... Oh, yes, you can get things with just the worms. And they ate them, and now, yeah, okay, they might have absorbed a bit much alcohol. All right. So now I've chilled and diluted. This is my old mezcal, Don Juan Escobar. I do tend to prefer chilled. Man, that is chilled. That is eminently drinkable. My God. And then, okay, it is, to be fair, there is a bit of an ashtray taste, but in a good way. I always say, like, mezcal kind of tastes a bit like you're drinking from an ashtray, but in a good way, which is why I try to bring in, like, smoked barbecue meats. Fox of Fate, I've heard that legend too. You get more drunk because the worms absorb the booze, and I don't know if that's real. And Abigail, you saw your father eat a worm from the bottle. Later that night, you saw him puking on the lawn. Okay, I like the I could just sip mezcal on ice. Man, that's not bad. All right, I'm going to do another little palate cleanse. Water, hot dog chip, big hot dog chip. Okay, the hot dog chips are actually pretty good. They do taste a bit like hot dogs with tomato sauce. Justin, what happens in Australia is nothing compared to the corruption. Oh, Jesus. Yes, while we have a shit ton of corruption here, it is nothing compared to the rest of the world. You are right. So it almost seems disrespectful not to eat the worm. It died for your booze. At least you could have eaten it. Yeah. I'll eat it one day. Like I said, I've eaten other bugs. I got nothing. It's protein. Booze-soaked protein. Okay. Cleansed my palate somewhat. Now I'll have my Army of the Dead mezcal. It's been chilling and diluting a little. Look, okay, that's definitely sweeter. Oh, that is actually really pleasant. Okay, Stella, I don't know if you can get deliveries from Janet Murphy's where you are, But this is a fairly easy drinking mezcal. Still got the smoke. The smoke comes through. It's sweeter and lighter than this other one, though. Whew, that is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Abigail, allow the worm's face part and leg parts to be absorbed and reconstituted into your parts. I feel like we're getting into some Dune level stuff at this point. Becoming one with the worm. The spice must flow. I rewatched the David Lynch Dune movie the other day because I was just in the mood to watch something cheesy. And it kind of had its moments, but it's broadly shit. Just the having people's thoughts. People do this serious look, and then you hear their thoughts as voiceover. Doesn't really work. It's not good filmmaking. And I don't know if that was David Lynch's choice or not, because apparently it was a very difficult process. Okay, now I'm trying to do that username. Tau Lapiwa, the spice must flow. Yeah. Oh, Black Metal Ursel no longer needs the weirding module because this movie's weird as fuck without it. Abigail, you reckon the director's cut of David Lynch's Dune is better? There are some fan edits that are way better. Nice. Nobody, you walk with. I love within things. We walk without rhythm. You won't attract the worm. Apparently, the early reviews of the Denis Villeneuve Dune are very positive. I look forward to maybe at the end of the year going to see that in like IMAX. Maybe. But here's the fun thing. Amazon Prime Video has some fucked up Dune spin-off movies that I've never heard of. There's a Children of Dune. I don't know if there's a Dune Messiah movie, but there's a Children of Dune movie that has James McAvoy in it. I feel like I'm going to have to watch it. I think Children of Dune has James McAvoy and William Hurt in it. I feel like I'm going to have to watch that because I feel like that's going to be a big old train wreck. Just a big old train wreck. Ooh, Abigail, who wants to read Dune like a book club thing? I've been very ill-disciplined with reading in as much as I've been doing no reading for, well, the duration of COVID, honestly. So I'm very behind in my reading. Heine, you saw the original as a child a couple of years ago. Taylor Piwa, you think the director's cut makes more sense? I wouldn't be surprised. The theatrical release was a fucking dog's breakfast. Stella, Dune is actually good reading. It is one of the better and more influential science fiction books of the 20th century. Do a chapter each week or two. Oh my God, that actually sounds like fun. Reading a chapter or two and then meeting online. Oh my God, I feel like we should do it. Raiders, if doom scrolling Twitter counts as reading, then you and me are both reading. Because I get where you're coming from. And yes, Black Metal Heart, I think the book Dune might be better served by like a high-end streaming service TV series than a movie. But apparently, the Denis Villeneuve movie is good. Justin, the fastest way to become an atheist is read the Bible. Well, most loud evangelical Christians have not read the Bible. They just haven't. But yes. Abigail, I think, man, you might be onto something with the book club, quite honestly. I probably don't still have a copy of Dune because when I moved a couple years ago, I got really fucking serious with culling my book collection and gave them to like a secondhand shop. Mm. Okay, Abigail, you want to do it? We'll organize it. We are going to organize a book club. Actually, I love it. I love it, Abigail. It's a fucking excellent idea, and I'm going to do it. Abigail, you got a copy on your bookshelf that remains to be read. Cool. Raiders, the lobster tweets this week have been fun. I am not sure what the lobster tweets this week. Oh, is that because of Matthew Guy becoming Victorian Liberal leader again, and he had lobster with a mobster all those years ago. So, like the animal rights party that has a Senate seat tabled a thing about, while it's topical because Matthew Guy is Liberal leader again, lobsters are being horribly mistreated and boiled alive, and they shouldn't be. Abigail, you have good ideas lots of the time. You're very smart. Stella, you're going to have to get a copy in Kalgoorlie. I might get an electronic copy, quite honestly. Man, maybe I'll get an audiobook. Audible keeps trying to get me to come on. Maybe I'll look up Audible and see who does the ebook for Audible. I don't know. Yeah, Safra, I think the return of Lobster with a Mobster Dude seals the fate of the Victorian LNP at the next election. It's just a fucking clown show. Well, yes, there are some people who are angry at Dan Andrews because of lockdowns, etc. When it comes to voting day, people are just going to go, "Oh my god, that guy, Matthew Guy, the guy who had lobster with a mobster. Oh my god." Fox Raiders Peter Molyneux said we should organize a society around the lobster. Wasn't that? It wasn't. Oh, Peter Molyneux would have said it because Jordan Peterson said it. Jordan Peterson famously talked about lobsters. I don't know. Abigail, on tomorrow's Angry Stream, you'll share details how to join the June Club. Not to conflict with Comic Book Cause June Club. Okay, this is the thing we're doing. We are doing a June book club. I fucking love it. Let's do it. Fucking motivate me to read. Oh, yes. Black Metal Heart. My favorite podcast, the Blind Boy podcast. He had a great one about how lobster was originally regarded as very low-class food. And it was a whole thing turning it into a high-class food in the 19th century. Yes, Abigail, see if your friends want to join. Man, yes. Oh, Justin, see, I don't want to get too enthusiastic about the fucking blue ribbon seats, which I'm in the middle of, because we thought they would fucking fall at the last federal election, and they didn't. Who knows? Yes, Raiders. Same Matthew Guy, Dan Andrews, smashed by 11 seat. I am very hopeful the result of the next state election is Labor returned with an increased majority. Sorry, I'm just like, oh, fuck. Stella, maybe an audiobook would allow you to listen while on the drill rig. Yeah. Get an audiobook. Do it, Stella. Get an audiobook and listen to it while on the drill rig. Absolutely. Now I'm going to look it up. Okay. Audible. June. Okay, so the June audiobook. Fucking hell, $70 on Audible. Shit. I bet it's long. I bet it's really long. Free with 30. Narrated by Scott Brick, Ollie Cassidy, Ewan Morton, Simon Vance. Okay, so it's not narrated by anyone I know. Okay. No, that's good to know. I wanted to know if it was narrated by anyone I knew. That doesn't mean they're bad. There are lots of good audiobook narrators that I've never heard of. Yes, Abigail, the fucking paperback of June's like this big. Right, as deputy opposition leaders from my neck of the woods. They're all fucked. They're all fucked. Maybe I live in hope. It's more likely at the state election that these blue ribbon seats will get disrupted either by Labor or by an independent who says, come the fuck on. I represent real conservative liberal values. The Liberal Party are a pack of shitheads. And there are people who regard themselves as old school liberal conservatives at both the state and federal level who are targeting some vulnerable seats at both the state and federal level. So, yeah, good on them. Oh, nice. I love you've gone for the innuendo, Abigail. Wanted to distract Stella on a rig one day. So, Justin, the ACT Liberals are the ones who auctioned off a piece of coal at a fundraiser. Yeah, but the federal Liberals are the ones who waved around a piece of coal in Parliament and acted like complete fucking knobs about it. Right, as David Suffolk in the bin. I think at the federal level where I am, Tim Watts' name is being targeted by some conservative independents. Good on him as far as I'm concerned. Oh, yeah, no. Fuck's the fate. Stefan Molyneux, the Canadian podcaster, white supremacist fuckhead. Yeah, but I think he was just echoing what Jordan Peterson said, because Jordan Peterson said this weird shit about lobsters. Sorry, Stella, you got me. You're both a rigger and a rope punny. Nice. Yes, Justin, Tim Wilson. I think he's the federal member for here, and he's being targeted by some conservative independents. And yes, Greg, it was Scummo who had the coal in Parliament. Oh, I fucking hate that guy so much. So fucking much. Right, I should not have got these hot dog chips out because they're really distracting. It was at 9:13. I should just be drinking water from here on in. I have some clarified cocktails there that I'm very tempted to have, but I maybe won't. Right, I'll put these chips back so I stop eating them. Put these back in the cupboard so I stop eating them. Oof. That's weird. All right, I'm going to get a pig. Now shut this bag. I'll be back in a second. All right, I'm coming back. I'm not falling asleep again. Since I set the precedent, I feel like if I walk off camera now, people are going to go, oh, is he going to do that thing where he just walks off camera and falls asleep and doesn't come back? But no. Fox, Jordan Peterson in his book said this ridiculous shit about lobster hierarchy. But Stefan Molyneux would have repeated it. He's a creepy fucking white supremacist Nazi sympathizer piece of shit. He's fucked. He is so fucked. Justin used to live in one of those Brighton mansions. Nice. Abigail, you reckon I'll fall asleep on screen one day? This actually happened to a friend of mine. Because there's a little community of people who do cocktails on YouTube, the YouTube bartenders. We have a Discord where we hang out, and sometimes we'll do video hangout on Discord. And a couple of them were doing this thing like we had a challenge one month, like everyone needs to make cocktails on this theme, and so everyone would do that. We'd cross-reference and do cocktails on the theme, and then at the end of the month, the three guys who organized the challenge, they did a live stream where they would make their favorite ones from what sounded the best to them from the challenge and drink them. And they kept going, and one of the dudes, he drank so much he just fell asleep on camera, just like he fell asleep, and he was asleep for about an hour. And yes, we have seen AZ fall asleep on stream, and AZ being AZ is pretty funny. Just without warning, in the middle of a sentence, he just went oh, and then was like that for an hour or two. Big Bad Ads. Hey, mask slip over a period of time, old Stefan. Yes, he started off as libertarian, but he clearly is a full-on white supremacist and Hitler sympathizer. Fox, we need a Turkish delight or a June-inspired cocktail. It needs to be okay. Oh man, I've got this. No, because I'm getting this upmarket blue curacao. I need to do a spice. The spice must flow. So it's got to be blue. So it's going to have blue curacao in it. Something spicy, probably. Like maybe my chili liqueur and maybe my blue absinthe as well to intensify it. Okay, that's worth doing. Let me see. When is June being released? June... Release date 2021. So it's already premiered at the Venice Film Festival. Okay, let me see. When does it premiere in the US? October. Okay, that gives me time to work out. So it's going to premiere at the end of October in the US. Doesn't have a set date in Australia because we're all still locked down. But I could time a June thing. Ooh, no, Megaleech, you're in it with a spiced rum. A spiced rum. The spice must flow. Abigail, you've been close to falling asleep on the stream. That's true. Oh, yeah, no, Big Bad Ads. Stefan Molyneux got absolutely fucking obsessed with phrenology and Africans having smaller brains and shit. He's a fucking piece of shit. Oh, Black Metal Heart, I'm with you. Kebab joints in the homemade Turkish delight. Yes. So Fox, I think you're onto something. A spiced rum with blue curacao, and call the drink "The Spice Must Flow." Ooh, I have enough time to experiment because I've got about a month to develop this. Because I'd want to put the video up about a week before the North American release to get the search engine traffic, hopefully. So we want it to be blue. Who does a white spiced rum? I don't know if anyone does a white spiced rum. Jimmy Rum might. What's Jimmy Rum got? Jimmy Rum. I'm a fan of Jimmy Rum. All right. Rum shop. What do they have? Rum. What rums do you have, Jimmy Rum? Silver, navy. Maybe I could do my own spices. Maybe I could do a white rum and my own spices. Ew, Fox of Fate. Captain Morgan does a spiced white rum. Captain Morgan's kind of shit. Yeah, I think I think I would be better off doing my own spiced white rum. Cinnamon, definitely. And I think I've got some star anise up there. Maybe I infuse some white rum with a few things and then add some blue curacao. Oh, Greg, I definitely want to see Dune in the cinema. Villeneuve's Dune in the cinema. Cinnamon and cloves. I think you're on the thing, Fox. I know in the spice cabinet up there, got cinnamon. I'm pretty sure there's cloves. I'm pretty sure there's star anise. And I've got some good white rums over there. Maybe just do a little batch of a spiced white rum. I need some water. Jesus. Fucking throat dry. I'm going to end up having to get up in the middle of the night and take a piss as well. But that's okay. Bit of ice. For some reason, my ice dispenser here, some of it solidifies. Right, we can smash that up a bit. Right, that's a bit better. So I think, I don't know, maybe it melts a bit and then oh, God, I need some lip balm, I think. My lips feel really dry. I think this is an offshoot of the dentist stuff today. I need to drink some water to counteract the alcohol I drank. I would honestly like some brownie points for not drinking more alcohol tonight. Ooh, Fox, some nutmeg, yes. I think, Fox, you're on a thing, maybe Abigail knows something about the flavor of the spice. I think what I need to do is do my own white spiced rum, add it to blue curacao, call the drink The Spice Must Flow. Yeah, I'm kind of sort of responsible. Safa. All that rum tasting got me a little bit drunk. And then I did do the mezcal as well. But I was responsible and I didn't drink any more. My throat's really dry. Ugh. From the amount of time I had to have my mouth open, I had a dentist in there going, I got Oh, so Abigail, you haven't actually read the book yet. Okay, well, that book club's going to be fun then. Micro SP, your last night was something. What did you get up to last night? I'm intrigued. I'm already intrigued. Oh, I have to put some mezcal in with the worm. Walk without rhythm and you won't attract the worm. I have to put some of the last of my worm mezcal in it. So a white spiced rum with my worm mezcal and orange curacao. Oofed. So a margarita is tequila and orange. So I think I might follow the margarita thing. Marco, you had a storm. So that's what last night. A storm come through. Rain was going left. A few seconds go by going right. Knocked down a bunch of trees. A huge one on the way to the airport. So you had a big storm. God damn. Fox, you Googled it. Someone tries it, says tastes like cinnamon. Okay, so the white spiced rum needs to have cinnamon in it. I need to infuse some cinnamon into some white rum and some mezcal for the worm and blue curacao for the blue spice flavor. Oh, nice. Never the same flavor twice, according to another. So I'll keep it simple. I'll infuse some white rum with cinnamon, some worm mezcal, and some blue curacao. So, Microspeak, guess who had the hotel shuttle stuck in mud? Oh, no. The hotel shuttle stuck in mud, had to call for a tow in the rain. Oh, my God. So, okay. Okay. So, okay. Your standard... holy cow. Sorry. I look at my grade, you're going to add for a very sort of porn star thing called a margarita mini dress. Good God. From Baby Boo Fashion. So tequila is traditionally 2 ounces tequila. Sorry, margarita is 2 ounces tequila, 1 ounce Contro, and 1 ounce lime juice. So I reckon I might fuck off the tequila, do 1 ounce mezcal, 1 ounce homemade spiced rum, 1 ounce blue curacao, and 1 ounce lime juice, and call it the spice must flow. I'll try it. Okay, I need to get to work on infusing some white rum, make it cinnamony. I've got some nutmeg up there as well, I think. I don't know. I've got some star anise. I might just do like cinnamon stick, star anise, and nutmeg and see what happens. And cloves. I think I've got cloves up there, Fox. Yeah. So, Marco, you would have made it, but the idiot in front of you stopped in the mud. Oh, no. You were so mad when they stopped. You knew what was going to happen. Oh, no. Just imagining trying to drive a hotel bus in mud. Jesus. All right. Oof. So I'll probably be doing a stream on Saturday night as well. So what I was thinking, normally on Friday night, I'll do 3 videos for the following week. I've already actually done 2. I need to do 1. Just out of the blue, I was thinking of doing, because a porn star martini is so popular. And it's boring as shit because the standard porn star martini has vodka in it, which is a bullshit cocktail ingredient. I was thinking of doing a nuclear porn star martini, and even to do a comparison, do one with like an overproof rum and one with an overproof gin, and do a taste comparison of which is best. And that would be enough to get me totally fucking hammered for tomorrow night's stream, doing 2 nuclear porn star martinis. Mark USB, the mud was thick like poo-poo. Hi ho, Annette. How are you? Safa, it is a good question. Porn star martinis aren't limited to porn stars. It's basically alcohol, passion fruit, and vanilla. Those are the key flavors. And people go, use vanilla vodka, and it's like, oh, vodka fucking sucks balls. I have already done one where I was improving a porn star martini by using anything apart from vodka, and I made it with white rum and gin and tequila, and I was genuinely surprised. The one I liked most was made with tequila. So, but I'm thinking a nuclear porn star martini. Make it with an overproof gin, and make another one with an overproof rum, and decide which one tastes better. And also, those 2 drinks alone would probably fuel my whole Friday night stream. Oh, Nettie, let's dress up for party night. Okay, let's fucking do it. I mean, I always dress up in my cocktail making gear. Yes, dress up in your finery for tomorrow night, okay? That's an advanced thing. Dress up in some finery for tomorrow night. Oh. Micro USB, your state isn't in lockdown, doesn't have a mask mandate. Yeah. So I'm going to do nuclear porn star martinis tomorrow, and see how that goes. And that'll probably get me going. Maybe on Saturday. Okay, I might start. I'll get some of my white rum and put it in a little jar with some spices, some cinnamon, nutmeg, star anise, maybe cloves. I'll see what's in the spice cabinet. Nice. Yes, Nettie, lockdowns for buying pretty things, definitely. Oh, you bought great stuff, haven't you? Okay, tomorrow night, Nettie, dress up night. Absolutely. Marcus B, speaking of a burger, you found a place that serves a burger with potato salad on it. Surprisingly good. Potato salad's pretty good. Oh, I need to. Oh god, my lips feel weird. I've got to find some lip balm before I go to bed. Like pizza topping in the middle. Oh dear. Nice, Marcus B. You took your government money and bought a fancy watch. Excellent. It's only 9:30. I need to drink more water. And this is all the offshoot of the fucking dentist. My throat feels so dry. Ugh. After drinking all this water, I'm definitely going to have to get up and piss in the middle of the night. That's okay. A quiet day at work tomorrow. No meetings. My boss has taken the day off because she's feeling stressed, so that's cool. So I'm not going to get hassled. I got some stuff to do. I got stuff to keep me busy tomorrow. So it doesn't matter if I don't get the best sleep tonight. Although I do get pretty good sleep. Ooh, Fox, you've got some fruit mince pie. I'm not a huge fan of fruit mince pies, but they can be good. Nettie, speaking of fashion, has anyone heard? Oh, we have not seen Charlie for a long time. Look, I assume she's got stuff happening. We all hope Charlie's doing well. Yeah, it's kind of sad when someone you were hanging out with for ages kind of disappears for a while, but I just sort of hope that, things are going well for Charlie. Yes, Micro's be a stimulus check. Let me stimulate the economy. I have been stimulating the economy like a motherfucker for the last 18 months. Doing stuff like buying shirts like this, buying booze like this. This fridge? This fridge is a lockdown purchase because it's more energy efficient than the ones. It's bigger and more energy efficient than the ones that replaced. So I got an air fryer, which is kind of a bit of a cliche, I think. I bought shoes. Is that everything? Kitchen stuff, clothes, shoes, booze, computer stuff. I think I bought some computer stuff. Oh. Oh yeah, Fox beef mince pies, which I think are more popular in Australia than anywhere else. But I'm a fucking fan of a meat pie. I like a meat pie. I really do. Especially if it's got really good pastry. Ooh, a meat pie with really buttery, flaky pastry. I fucking love that. Another name we don't see anymore is Miss Foxification. That is true. That is very true. I don't know. People move on. It's a thing that happens. Radies, you've been keeping Bunnings afloat? Nice. I think I did do some Bunnings purchases over the last 18 months. Micro, you got yourself a basic Asus Chromebook so you can Do adult shit not on your phone? Nice. Oh, yes. Filling in applications on mobile sucks fucking balls. Yes. Micro USB, what we call a meat pie. A shepherd's pie is like a meat pie with a mashed potato topping. A cobbler's pie. Yeah. For us, a meat pie is minced beef gravy in pastry. I fucking love meat pies. Yes, Fox of Fate. We need to go to the US and open a meat pie stand. Bring a meat pie stand. Apparently, a couple of people, Australians who ran cafes in Australia, because particularly like the Melbourne cafe thing is not really a thing in the US, and Australian cafe style food fucking kicks ass. And a couple people have gone to the US and opened Australian style cafes, and they've just done a huge trade because it is Australian cafes are just a little bit different to anywhere else in the world, particularly different to what's on in the US. So I'm not surprised they did well because I do like Australian cafe, particularly Melbourne cafe culture. Still, you're getting Bunnings is a black hole. Time and money just disappear in there. I am leaning towards, because we've got some big hedges and shit, getting one of these hedge trimmers that's on a long arm, because Mrs. Angry's got a few appliances that have an electric battery on it, like the lawnmower and a couple other things. They're all by the same maker, and you just plug the battery into the different things. The same maker does like a hedge trimmer on a long arm. I'm thinking getting one of them. Anyway. Abigail, how are Oz cafes different to US cafes? US tend to not call them cafes; they call them diners. And it's just things like, well, the coffee's better in Australian cafes. Not that I drink cafe. But it's also my experience in the US. I love going out in the US. The US food tends to be either sort of cheap, possibly shitty fast food, or high-end restaurants, and not much in the middle. And I think Australian cafe food bridges that gap between cheap, shitty takeaway and high-end expensive restaurant. It's this middle ground. It's quality food, but cheaper than a restaurant. It's higher quality than fast food, but it's cheaper than a restaurant. Yeah, micro USB Australian cafes are sort of the cousin of US diners, but they're different. I like US diners. When I go to the US, I go to diners. I fucking love US diners. Australian cafes are like the cousin of US diners. And Greg, that is a good point. Our serving sizes tend to be smaller than US serving sizes. US serving sizes, disturbingly large. So, Fox, you want an idea of pies? Look up 4 and 20 Mrs. Max Sargent's. Yeah. And just independent cafe pies as well. Abigail, yeah, I think you're right. See, hipsters don't so much sit in US diners writing in their MacBooks. They do it in a Starbucks. So for who gets cafe and coffee confused? Well, cafe is the French word for coffee. So the Australian cafe means coffee shop. So, but there's a whole sort of food culture that built up around the cafes in Australia. And to put it in US terms, I would describe it as higher quality than fast food and diner food in the US, but cheaper than expensive restaurants. So Mike Crispy, you remember watching episode Kitchen Nightmares? Ramsay was pissed about serving sizes, said it was wasting product. Yeah, it's ridiculous. US serving sizes are fucking ridiculous. Talking about Starbucks failing in Australia, our coffee cultures, they never got popular. Yeah, no, Starbucks very much failed. I think I could be wrong. There might be a couple of Starbucks outlets left in Melbourne, but we just had a very strong coffee culture that Starbucks couldn't really compete with. And yet, micro recipe, I think that what that whole large serving size came out of was giving people a lot for their money, but it was too much. It was like what ends up being better is giving people higher quality food for their money. Like a couple of my favorite places I've gone out to and I've ordered food and stuff, and the serving size is not huge, and you kind of get this plate and you can feel mildly disappointed, like, that's not a huge serve, is it? But in Australia, it tends to be a very appropriate size serve. Like you eat it and go, oh, no, I'm actually full. Like the food was really good. And if there was twice as much on the plate, I would have tried to eat it and I would have ended up feeling really sick. But the serving sizes tend to be there. Lorianda, hello. Marcus B, I think you missed your chance to find Tim Tams because for quite a few years in the US, Pepperidge Farm had licensed the Tim Tam name, but I think that actually passed. Yes, Black Metal Heart, good call. Boycott Gloria Jeans because it's owned by one of the weirdest fuck evangelical churches. Yes. That's interesting, Greg. Australia is one of the few places where Starbucks failed spectacularly, even though there's still a couple of outlets. There's some good articles on it. So I'm drinking more water. And each time I do this, I go, man, I am absolutely going to have to get up in the middle of the night and have a piss. But my throat feels really dry. My lips feel fucked. I'm going to have to put on lip balm before I go to bed. The weirdest thing about, I had all this local anesthetic on this side. They're only doing half of my mouth at a time because it's some serious gouging that goes on for half an hour, 45 minutes. So I'm doing it in 2 different appointments. I got another appointment in a couple of weeks to do the second half of my mouth. Yeah, the dentist, she put in all this fucking local anesthetic. It was at least 4 injections, possibly 5. I don't even remember. The one I can still feel was like right here on the inside, sort of like where the lower jaw and the upper jaw join. That feels the most sore. I'll probably get over it. And so yeah, I just had to be a brave boy when she was injecting the anesthetic, because you do get like, she's stabbing, and they don't use any tiny little syringe. It's a big fucking steel reusable thing that they're fucking driving these holes in, and there was 4 or 5 injection points around my mouth to do it. The funniest thing afterwards was not so much like my lips feel swollen, but they're not. And my cheek feels swollen, but it's not. But when I licked my lips and not being able to feel, like my tongue wasn't numb. And so my tongue could feel my lips, but my lips couldn't feel my tongue. That was fucking weird. That was fucking weird. Oh, Nettie, I went to the dentist today. So yeah. Black Metal Heart, tea's a diuretic. Coffee's a diuretic. Caffeine's a diuretic. Oh, yes, Fox, those Victoria-era syringes. Reuse big, shiny, steel fucking syringes. Jesus. Oofed. Yeah, no, Raiders, I specifically asked about driving with the anesthetic. Can I still drive with the anesthetic? And they went, oh, yeah, no, it doesn't actually make you woozy at all. It just numbs the side of your face. So you'll feel weird, but it won't affect your alertness at all. So Yeah. Although it was probably about, as the dentist said, she said it'll take about 4 hours for this to wear off. So the procedure was half an hour, 45 minutes. And then it was a half hour to get from the dentist office back to Dan Murphy's, buy some stuff. So I got free parking and then drive home. And then it took like another 2 hours when I was home for the anesthetic to gradually wear off. But yeah, it never made me woozy. I never felt tired. I never felt disoriented. It's just this whole fucking thing was numb. My crispy coffee jumpstarts your cold. Everyone says that. I don't drink coffee. But yes. Lee, hello. By the way, Lee, your arm stopped hurting. Why did your arm start hurting, Lee? I feel like I've missed something. Micro, how much are cigarettes here? Really fucking expensive. I don't smoke, so I don't know. $40 a packet of 20? I don't know. Is there any smokers here who know how much cigarettes are? Cigarettes should be a fucking, what do you call it? Fucking house mortgage. Cigarettes are so fucked. Ah, Lee, it was the first jab of Pfizer. Nice. Micro's been what? Okay, I'm going to look it up because I don't know. Cigarette prices in Australia. There you go. It fucking auto-completed. Aussie prices, cigarette prices. Let's have a look. Pack of 20 cigarettes, $23. There you go. So it's like $1 a cigarette. $1.20 a cigarette. Cigarettes cost about $1.20 a cigarette. There you go. So for $50, you must have been buying a 40 pack. So cigarettes cost about $1.20 a cigarette. Micro, if cigarettes should be banned, so should alcohol. Okay. I'm not saying cigarettes should be illegal. They should be restricted. But if we went with cigarettes and alcohol are banned, but marijuana and hallucinogens are legal, I'd be on board with that. Marijuana and hallucinogens are both way less dangerous than cigarettes and alcohol. Micro, do they not sell 40 packs in the US? 40 packs are fucking huge. But basically, cigarettes cost about $1.20 each in Australia. Like call your local bus shelter. Got a Siggy Bro Central. Oh, Nettie, I like that. Siggy's on prescription. Microspeed, you're tired of society demonizing cigarettes, but talking about alcohol like the best thing. Oh no, alcohol's a social ill, dude. As the thing is, marijuana is way less dangerous than alcohol. The idea that alcohol's legal while marijuana's illegal is fucking ridiculous. And even hallucinogens for that matter. Alcohol is so dangerous, causes so many social ills. And yes, Raiders, we do have 50 packs in Australia too. Nettie, you've had too many gin blossoms to explain anything. Nobody, I agree, prohibition tends to only enrich criminals. We saw that with the prohibition of alcohol. We continue to see it today with the prohibition of various drugs. And yes, Abigail, alcohol is legal because of tax. Also in the US, marijuana is increasingly becoming legal because they worked out a way to tax it. Okay, Black Metal Heart, look at what the war on drugs has done to Mexico. War on drugs is over. Drugs won. You cannot make a sound medical or social argument for the prohibition of recreational drugs. It just doesn't make sense. And particularly while alcohol is legal, because alcohol is such a fucking scourge on society. Causes so many health problems, so many social problems. I say this as someone who's been drinking a bit of alcohol tonight, but the idea of alcohol being legal while far less harmful substances are illegal is absolutely fucking farcical. Abigail, you watched a doco about a former drug cop, said anytime there's a big arrest, crime went way up. I remember watching one of Andrew Denton's many shows way back in the thingies, talking about, because for those who don't know, King's Cross in Sydney for decades had a reputation of crime central in Sydney, prostitution, drugs, all this sort of stuff. And Andrew Denton was interviewing a couple of people who were in King's Cross, sex workers and other denizens of the shady areas of King's Cross, and talking about heroin. And one of the sex workers who was a heroin user said, "Oh yeah, when you see those stories on the news of the cops parading, we did a big heroin bust, here's all the heroin we got, that was always good news because the cops resell at least half of the heroin they get in those busts. So whenever you see the cops on TV talking about a heroin bust you did, you go, awesome. There's going to be lots of heroin on the streets soon." And Andrew Denton, sitting there while they said that, said, "Oh no, you have shaken my formerly steadfast belief in the integrity of the police force." It's just ridiculous. Nobody, when's the last time someone who was high on weed murdered someone? Yes! Drunks assault and kill people all the time. People high on the weed don't. Safa, the government does tax drugs. And see, the thing is, nobody asking, how do you tax the black market? When you create a legal market, you weaken the black market. You don't get rid of the black market, but you weaken it. More and more states in the US are legalizing marijuana and derivatives, and we are moving towards some hallucinogens. It always goes medical use, then recreational use. That's what happened with marijuana in the US. And now there is serious medical research being done into the therapeutic value of hallucinogens. They will eventually be legal. Australia will trail by a long way because of dumb shit. Eventually, cannabis will be legal here. There we go. I wish you could rewatch The Money or the Gun with Andrew Denton for the covers of Stairway to Heaven. There were some very good Stairway to Heaven covers, actually. Michael, you read an article yesterday about how they found marijuana use puts you at high risk for heart attack. I don't know. I haven't seen that. It's probably dependent on a whole bunch of things. Yeah, Black Mental Health liberals have to be dragged kicking and streaming for legalized medical use. Medical use trials are already happening in Victoria, and what we've seen is it's a straight line progression of research into medical use, legalizing for medical use, then legalizing for recreation. It's a simple fact. Marijuana is so much less dangerous than alcohol. Oh, Abigail, you worried about Rolf Harris's Stairway to Heaven not aging? What about the subsequent Denton series where everyone did a Rolf Harris cover? Before we knew what a fucking sex offender Rolf Harris was. My curious to be, look, there's definitely some negative effect from taking in mood and mood altering substances, but it's just a human thing. You look at it and it's like any civilization in human history has had some form of mood altering substance, whether it's an alcohol thing, they've fermented something, or it's a drug. And it's just because you simply see, I think a lot of social scientists think they've seen, because you still see there are some very funny photos online of mooses in Northern Hemisphere places that have eaten fermented fruit and got drunk and then kind of tried to climb the tree to eat more fermented fruit because they love it, and they get stuck in the tree. The theory is humans saw animals eat particular plants and then act funny, and they went, "What's that about?" And then they ate it and went far. And that counts for coffee. Like, goat herders or sheep herders saw the animals eat coffee beans and then start pinging all over the place. And so they got in the coffee. Fruit naturally ferments, and then humans found a way to control fermentation. And things like poppies and whatever that have narcotic effects, humans saw. The theory is humans saw animals eat it and then trip balls. So then humans did it. So I'm still looking at things I missed. Fox, you got good at singing the Quarter King Caractacus. And it was Rolf Harris's version that sang along with. Yes. No, Rolf Harris, bad person. Very bad person. Yeah, no, I was into a whole bunch of Rolf Harris stuff as a kid, honestly. Yes, microsb, drunk birds with rotting berries, various mammals with fermented fruit. It's a thing. So he went to the pain clinic. Said cannabis doesn't help most pain, except MS. You're like, bullshit. You can get your own peer review. Yeah, look, they probably feel like they've got to say marijuana doesn't help. Marijuana, cannabis does not help all pain and does not help all people who have the same pain, but it does help a lot of people. Ooh, nice. Fox, you're sending me something FBI found in Watch Dogs Legion. Nice. Nobody. Chris Rock said, the claim to which you refer is made because they want to sell you their drugs instead of using your drugs. Yeah, that's honestly fair. That is honestly fair. It's complicated. The whole things with what things are legal and what things aren't is complicated and definitely not moral. Definitely not moral and definitely not consistent. But, we've just got to kind of struggle our way through. Yeah, Black Metal Heart, day of laboring, nothing eases aches and pains like a smoke. See, I don't smoke, so I wouldn't smoke weed, but edibles, man. Sorry, I got this fucking rough bit on my nail here. Hang on, I think I've got it. Whoop, think I have to go with my fingernails with some clippers and some fucking nail file. Micro, when you're sick and can't eat anything, helps calm someone. Yeah, apparently that's another thing with cannabis, nausea easing. For some people, it helps with pain when other stuff doesn't. For other people, not. But certainly a big one is cancer patients, because chemo gives you nausea and kills your appetite. And cannabis gives you the munchies. So apparently it can be a freaking godsend for cancer patients, people on chemo. Marco, edibles have never done anything for you. You've tried so many. See, I've never done them at all. I've just read about them. So I'm intrigued. Because I don't smoke. So I feel like I couldn't take smoke into my lungs without choking. So edibles sound interesting to me. So Stella, it gave you the shits. You're in a position of authority, not being honest. Oh, yeah. And again, people in positions of authority are often not honest, because maintaining their position of authority often relies on not being completely honest about certain things. And then if you ever get the big C, you'll be stoned the whole time. That's fair. So he said Pfizer gave you the munchies? That's interesting. Never done drugs. Yeah, man, there's the whole thing, alcohol, drugs, and it's all under advisement. You should never feel compelled to do something, whether that's drinking alcohol or doing drugs. I get very, very angry at anyone who tries to pressure someone into doing something they don't want to do, like do recreational alcohol or recreational drugs. It's just a bad fucking deal. And I will get super angry at anyone who does it. Sorry, folks. Was the only thing you sent me soup of the day is whiskey? So, Marcus, you've had 100 milligram edibles, didn't do anything, and there are some 1,000. I don't know. I've never done cannabis edibles at all, but I'm kind of interested in giving it a go. But they're not legal here, so I won't. You hear that, coppers? I won't do anything that's not legal. You can't bust me. Any talk about drug use is completely theoretical. And I'm going to go to bed. And I don't know how will I sleep. I'm definitely going to get some lip balm because my lips feel fucking weird. Oh, yeah, micro USB. Next time I go to the US, I'm going to states where cannabis is fucking legal and I'm trying all this shit. I'm absolutely doing that. But that's the thing. God, I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. My throat feels really dry and fucked. Step one, I've got to put some lip balm on because my lips feel weird. And, yeah, dress up for party night tomorrow night. I'm going to make some nuclear porn star martinis. Get real fucked up on alcohol. Again, way worse for your health than cannabis. But anyway, it's what I got. See you all later, all you sexy people. And build up. And I hope your migraine meds kick in at some point, Abigail. But I'm going to go to bed now. So I'll see you all later.